Justin here from CreatineMuscleSupplement.com, and in this video, I'm going to debunk the 3 biggest myths surrounding creatine supplement usage. Now, creatine is perhaps the most scientifically tested supplement on the market, and is regarded by both the scientific and bodybuilding communities as the fastest, safe way to gain muscle. Much of creatine's effectiveness is down to the fact that it is the biomolecule our muscles naturally produce to grow. So, the body is used to working with creatine, as opposed to a synthetic supplement. Yet, there are still all sorts of ridiculous myths about creatine supplementation perpetuated by the wrong kind of people. And here, I'm going to address what I consider probably the 3 biggest myths. But if you want to know more, I invite you to visit my site at CreatineMuscleSupplement.com. So, myth number 1 is that creatine supplements are bad for your kidneys. This myth probably stems from the use of creatinine, and not creatine, as a marker for kidney function. Creatinine is a waste byproduct of creatine, which is filtered out in a well-functioning kidney, among other substances. Creatinine is used as a marker because it's easier to measure in the blood than most other substances. So it's simply a practical way of measuring the problem, but not the problem itself. To finally put this myth to bed with conclusive evidence, a team of scientists at the Oregon Health Sciences University tracked the kidney function of 36 healthy athletes, taking 10 grams of creatine per day for 12 weeks. And surprise! After 12 weeks, they found no adverse effects on kidney function. On to myth number 2 now, which is that creatine supplements cause excessive water retention. Okay, so this myth has a little truth to it in that inferior-grade creatine supplements can often contain leftover traces of sodium. Again, this is only a problem with poorly manufactured supplements, and it shouldn't be an issue if you're using a superior-grade creatine supplement with an advanced low-sodium formula, like the one I personally recommend on my site. What happens is that the leftover sodium pulls water into the muscles, resulting in an effect known as creatine bloating. The muscles simply get a bit bulkier with water retention. However, this isn't dangerous at all, just inconvenient. And usually the bloating effects are only slight and disappear once the creatine in the muscles gets used up. Finally, myth number 3 is that you can get the same amount of creatine from a supplement-free diet. So why supplement? Certainly, while some foods like beef and deep-sea fish do contain creatine, the amount you have to consume to match supplemental doses is just impractical, and not to mention very expensive. Let's do some math. 2.5 pounds of quality meat like sirloin contains around 5 grams of creatine, which is the amount you need if you're considering realistic muscle gains. Sirloin costs around $8 per pound. So for 3 months' supply, or 450 grams of creatine from meat alone, you'd end up spending around $1,800 just on meat. Now compare that to the same amount of creatine in a concentrated supplement form, which costs you barely $100 for a 3-month supply, and you can begin to see why diet supplementation is just a myth. Alright. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you want more information on creatine muscle supplements, or to find out about the number 1 creatine supplement I recommend, then check out my site at CreatineMuscleSupplement.com.